Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Transport Fever 2 Strategy and Tactics, Episode 5. So, in our last episode, we left our ever-growing empire of the Death Valley Board of Tourism and Recreation, and we, I'd say, had a very successful link-up with Mount Aurelius. Passengers are flocking to the route, and I'd say our little extra expense for this one little patch of tunnel has paid off nicely. Now the question becomes, can we repeat that success? Now, in the interim, I let time lapse a little bit, paid off a bit more of our loans, just so that we could jump in and get some action on the board. But first things first, a little optimization here. We are going to return to our prodigal city of New Jetstream City. Because there's a few things that I want to adjust, I want to tweak, I want to try, if you will. First things first, I'm going to bite the bullet here, and I think it is, well, I really kind of want to expand this out a little bit further, but that's going to involve demolishing the commercial building. I might have to, but yeah. So let's take a look at our coverage here. So this Mill Road here is doing a pretty good job of covering pretty much this whole quadrant, although it could use a little bit further down to get some of these guys down here. Let me just test with a shadow. Yeah, see, if we put it a little bit further down, that might be a good idea. That might be a really good idea, actually. Catch some of those in there. So yeah, you know what? I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to scooch you down a smidge meter. Yes, I know. Where'd the stop go? Stop's going down here, and we're replacing it before the shadow disappears. Bada boom, bada bing. Wait, no, I don't want a truck stop. God dang it, Pinstar. We are not doing goods. We are not allowed to do goods. It might be a perfectly fine and serviceable stop for goods, but that ain't our game right now. Now then, we've got this place, this thing, but we are missing this little neck of the woods over here. Now, part of me wants to scooch this over much further, because I mean these two are kind of close to each other. What if we were to, I don't know, put it, where would we put it here? What would we get, or what would we lose, actually? That's the question. Let's demolish this for the moment, and see where we are. See, yeah, then we lose that. So, in order to catch all of this area, can we even catch all of this area? I don't know if we can. Well, actually, we might. Hang on. Because our station here is here, and people can walk to the station. They don't have to take the tram. That is not, strictly speaking, a requirement. What if we were to draw? I don't like the way you're turning this. Nope, don't like that. Don't want to smush buildings. What if we did something like that? What if we did something like that? Now, not enough reach. It does, I mean, it'll reach further down, but it doesn't quite reach down here. That's unfortunate. Because part of me wants to be able to encapsulate all these, but it looks like we're going to have to leave some people on the table, which is not ideal. So if we go up here, we'd need 2 people on the table up there. We'd have to scooch over there to get these. We might need to bite the bullet and get a 3rd stop in here. Which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. Because, yeah, you go up here. And then, yeah, it would be a stop like right here. We get a couple of businesses, and it'd actually be a pretty quick route here, all said and done. All right, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna borrow a little bit of scratch, and we're gonna do a little knocky down here because I'm gonna do a couple of upgrades here. Now, street access. Can we get that going without smushing that building? No, that's okay. Passenger. Yeah, we can't expand outwards because we're kind of smushed in there, but that's okay. We just have a larger area here now, which is fine. Now then, let's upgrade here. We're gonna upgrade our I guess that works. And I don't think these guys, because I mean these two are commercial buildings, technically speaking. Yeah, I don't think anyone's really going to complain too loudly. So we will set up ourselves a third route. Now, this is technically only set up for 2, so someone's going to have to share a platform, but that's why I expanded this. Since we can't go wider, we might as well go longer. There we go. Here's an expansion. Beautiful. And we will purchase one and only one tram port until the demand states that more is needed, legitimately. High maintenance, since this is more than. And there we go. Alright, we'll see how. We'll let that cook for a little bit and see how that goes for us. But that's not our only. That's not our only game plan here. The other thing, the other station that we gotta manipulate here is Molinopolis. So this, we've got one track with two platforms on either side. That's all well and good, but we need to expand more. So we're gonna draw out another rail here. So this platform now gets a second side to it, which is precisely what we want. Because the other thing that happened in the interim while I was waiting for, I was just accumulating some funds for our next move, was we got our new train, the BR-53 Cruise G3. Now this beast is when things can get a little bit hairy. This may be a bad idea, but it also might be exactly what we need. First off, top speed 50 kilometers an hour, which matches the Bavarian passenger car's limit, so we're getting maximum speed. It is also much, much more powerful, more than double the power. It's also more than double the upkeep, too. So we got to keep that in mind. This thing cannot be used excessively lest we have our profits eaten alive. But I think we can get away with a longer haul route. Now that our tech has expanded, see, I said before in the beginning that we can't really economically get longer routes. That's because the people won't travel them because the travel time is too long, and therefore we won't get the volume we need out of them to make them profitable. That's precisely why we've been sticking to short haul cities. That's also precisely why we haven't hooked up Mimicon, the second largest city on the entire map, because it is out in the boonies, and we do not have the tech to efficiently hook up Mimicon. It'll probably be the very last city we hook up before I lift my passenger-only restriction. But Joshington, bit closer, and now that we have this thing, I think it's certainly a longer distance than Mount Aurelius. But Mount Aurelius, with our current tech, with the 45 kilometer an hour car, is certainly proving its worth. So a little bit longer, maybe a faster one, and, a bigger, beefier engine can certainly tackle whatever hills and bumps that this particular route throws at us. So let us dive in, my friends. So what we're going to do here, first things first, we are going to reuse this track as I had intended to before. But we do need to get these hooked up so that basically this platform right here will go to both of our southern locations. So something like, now this is gonna be a little fuss in here. And I also might need to rearrange our train depot. Yeah, these two will be fine. Will it let me? I think it will, actually. Yeah. Thank you, game. I didn't even have to move the train depot. So now I can spit trains onto that alternate route, and it'll be fine. Now, as far as signals go, yeah, we don't want one-way signals, but we do want double up here. And then, yes, that makes this thing a one big sector here, one big signal. So what we're gonna do is when we decide we're going to splinter off, that's where we're gonna place our signals. So they're gonna share this last leg of the journey so we can save ourselves a little money. Because this is mostly in the direction of Joshington. We can just split off a little bit here. We just need to determine the best place to split off without sacrificing too much in terms of as the crow flies. I'm thinking right after this crossing would be a good time because we can skirt south of these mountains here. Go over this little bump right here. Now this little thing right here, this little hurdle, that's going to need a tunnel. There's no getting around that. And that's going to need a tunnel. No doubt about it. But before we even do any of that, we gotta wire Joshington up for intra-city. And happiness upon happiness, Joshington is set up in a very advantageous way. The industrials and commercials are all on one side of the city here. And yeah, we can get that going for us real nice. So let's see here. Let's get ourselves a tram depot that's almost begging to be placed like right here. Let's turn that off just so I can see the actual catchment area that we're about to. Yeah. This is almost perfectly getting all of the industrials and commercials. So we're just gonna need one for the residentials. That's it. That's fantastic. Now let's scoot you so you curve out properly. And since we've got the room, and since I have a feeling it's going to grow, let's grow you just a touch, just a little bit. I'm not going to go crazy with it, and it's not going to be a big multi-junction stop, but it'll still be there. All right, now let's get our train station here, and yeah, this will be a end of the line here. And yeah, we'll just want them walking straight over to it. So something like this would be fine. We just want to point this thing at a way that doesn't hurt us too much. Like if we place it and point it like down here, maybe point it a little bit further south, because that way we can dodge this little ridge up here without going too nuts. Yeah, we definitely want to point you south. More south. All right, that's pretty good right there. Boom. But we gotta let's hook up the local town first. Let's determine our best way. So yeah, if we can get away with it. See, I don't think we will be able to get away with it. we might want to draw like a little cross section here, because I don't want to go plowing down the middle of the town here. Even though that would literally get us what we want, it passes so many residentials that we would no doubtedly get some noise penalties. Let's see. I guess, hang on, what happens if we place it like here? Do we get everybody? We do not. Or will we? See, here's my thought. We come down here and just make our own street. Obviously not smushing any buildings. Yeah, something like that. And then we grab ourselves. And if we place you, actually no, that doesn't catch that up there, but this does. Now this could be a little bit of a roundabout route, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think like right there will be good. And then, yeah, it's going to skirt a little bit of the residentials here and then a couple down here, but I don't think it's going to completely annihilate. I mean, this might still be way too much fussing. It might be better to just bite the bullet and for efficiency's sake, just put it like right here. 'Cause that'll get everybody too. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm over engineering this. Because we have to think about the speed of the route as well. Alright, so down here, down here, down here, and down there. Beautiful. Okay. Joshington local. And let's see if we can't squeeze ourselves a tram depot like right here without smushing a building. So without smushing buildings? Yes, no, maybe so? No? Building smush? I mean, it's not the end of the world if we place it up here and just draw the tram lines up just a bit. But again, I don't want it near that, so you know what? I think I'm going to draw you down here. Beautiful. There. That'll work nicely. Alright. We will get you high maintenance. Joshington local. Off you go. Alright, now let us turn our focus to our trade line here, because again, we need to be economical about this. We need to draw this properly, but we at least have a head start. So I think the best way to do this is to swing south here, go over this lip here, and then come over here. Yeah, it's a little snaking, but I think we can save some cash by not tunneling through here, and then saving that cash for the tunnel, the inevitable tunnel through this little ridge right there. Because yeah, no getting around that, or no getting over that. We go through that. Okay, let's take a look here. Tracks, and yeah, we're gonna splinter off like right here, and we'll get our signal set for this in a moment. Actually, let's do that before I forget. So, yeah, these two are going to be one section. This and this will be a section, and then this and that will be a section. So that way they can share this line, and eventually they'll synchronize up. Because I am going to try to make it so that we only need one train. That's the other reason I'm using the bigger, beefier train here. So I want the bigger train with more cars rather than double tracking this monstrous route. And whoa, speaking of monstrous, what the Sam heck are you doing, game? We're just clearing out the brush. We don't need to be a roller coastering at this juncture, gonna want to hang just a little bit left here. So I see some turbulence in our future here. You see the price jump, back it off. Yep. No price jumps, no gouging. Because we gotta see, that engine's a lot more expensive than our the ones we've been buying too. So that's another reason. Yeah, let's do a nice gentle hill climb here. I think we'll be okay just to crest this ridge. You know, obviously, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of hilliness going on here, but I don't think we paid through too badly for that manipulation. I see the little divot there. I don't think there's any getting around that. That's like a little crater. Those little craters are the expensive ones because you really can't dodge them effectively. But they're not bad enough to warrant a tunnel. Speaking of, let's see what taking the plunge here is. We don't want to come out that way. We want to come out this way. 100K for a tunnel? You know what? I think I'm okay with that. We knew we were going to bite the bullet and have a tunnel, but that's been budgeted. Yeah, then we swing low of this little ridge here and plug ourselves in. I think we'll have enough for a healthy-sized train at the end of all of this. We just need to be mindful of the final bumps and oops here. That's missing. That's hitting. Beautiful. Beautiful. 2.8 million left in the bank, and how's our route looking? Yeah, a little bit of spending here, but not nearly as bad as our original route. So I think we'll make good time and thus good money on this. Now the real question becomes, will the people show up? But we are going to bring in the heavy guns. Now this is going to be tanking our bottom line for a little bit. Because until this route gets itself warmed up, that train's going to be running empty and costing us a small fortune. Washington to Melanopolis. Excellent. Okay, now the BR. This thing by itself costs us 728K. Then we have to buy all the passenger cars for it. So, Bavarian passenger. Notice that the D1 passenger cars aren't even available anymore. They've been phased out. Not that I would want to use them. They're too rinky-dink. All right, I'm going to start us off with the 48, maybe the 56, because this is a longer route. Let's start us off with the 56, and I can add more cars as needed down the line. Bing. So yeah, Joshington to Melanopolis. Off you go, my friend. And now we set you to it and observe to see if everything is working properly. What are you doing? Well, not that you're picking up anything. But hang on a second. Joshington to Melanopolis. Yes, please go to Route 3. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, why don't you just go to Joshington? Because nobody's going to be there waiting for you anyway. But yeah, that way we know, we tell them to use that track. It might actually be smarter for us to have both of these on one track, and with a platform on either side. I might do that. Now, let's just make sure our signals are working properly, because here's train number 4. And ideally, this will skedaddle off the line before the other one gets there. And that way nobody's going to be sitting there waiting idle for too long, or at all. But the other thing is, I just want to make sure we... yeah, so you go cruising through, and now you're cruising right through. Like butter. Like butter. Alright, let's see how we're doing here. Alright, Joshington is starting to see the light. Starting to spring to life. So Joshington's a base 129, so this is a larger based city, which means we should get some good gains out of this and some good traffic. That's the other reason I'm a little bit more willing to risk the more expensive engine here. I foresee this being more than a single tram line. Not quite up to the size of Melanopolis and some of the other ones, but I don't think a single tram will be able to handle this beast. But we already have 10 people waiting, which is fantastic. And we also have 844k, which is also fantastic. So let's pay back some of that loan. Let's see, how are we doing here? Now we're starting to get some takers to Joshington, to Melanopolis. We don't need to do another underground thing, because that both of those platforms service that. 44 or 48, not bad, not bad. Again, the only reason I put that extra car on this one is because this is a longer route. It's going to take a while for it to warm itself back up. Alright, yeah, we already got 25, 26 people, so this is gonna be a line that needs its saturation in order to keep up. I'm not gonna be panic buying. We know that is a no-no, but we also want to be prudent. We want to make sure this has the correct thing. Joshington local, 82-second frequency. That's not bad. And yeah, obviously, giant money pit of a train route for the moment, but that will turn itself around, hopefully. New Jetstream expansion. 6 of 6. Does that mean we hit it on the nail, or is this line flooded? I wouldn't say flooded. Yeah. We might need one more. Ooh, new Jetstream. Ooh, that seemed to be doing the trick. Not to mention, yeah, everyone is going to start catching up and getting memos here. We're about to crack 1,000 here, assuming that everyone can see Joshington here. What do you got, Joshington? Yeah, you're growing. I mean, I'm not gonna rule this a success or failure right off the bat. This thing needs to grow in order for it to send out its memos. But again, my hypothesis here is that faster train is needed in order for Joshington to actually be willing to tap into my network at large. But yeah, we got 11 people, 10 people. Eh? What you talking about, Willis? And why are you expanding outside my sphere of influence? I don't want to have to do another line here, for Pete's sake. looks like we're going to have a little bit of a thing here. Oop. And we're back to paying off loans. Nope, we're not. I missed it. Come on. Local route, thank you. Give that one to my tram peeps. Alright, 10 people. This we need to take a closer look at. We need to observe this over a longer period of time to see if this is going to be a success or failure, if we have the route bandwidth, as it were, or not. Okay, so it actually can see JC City. That's a good sign. It can see Melanopolis. It can see Mount Aurelius, which is also really good. It can see New Jetstream City, and it can actually barely see St. Michael, which is good. I know them seeing St. Michael and JC City from down here is going to be a stretch. But the fact that at least one random dude is willing to make that kind of journey is good. Now, what's our frequency on this? Let's see, Joshington, 16 minutes. That may be part of our problem. Because that's a pretty gnarly frequency, even with the faster train. Dampftram. God, little bottleneck here. Everyone's showing up at once. Now the Dampftram is, as its name implies, a tram. All right, I think at least my signals are working good. I mean, you're going the same way. I'd hate for you to wait there for that, but it makes the most sense. Otherwise, they might end up locked in at each other. But anyway, the Dampftram is a tram. It's an upgrade to our tram. It's our first tram upgrade. So we are obviously going to be applying that to everybody, correct? Wrong. Let's take a closer look at the Dampftram. So, top speed, 26 kilometers an hour. That is much better than that. So that can get us local service a little bit faster. That's always good. 11-person capacity. We can run a lot fewer of these than compared to the horse-drawn streetcar. Also a really good thing. Here's the problem, and here's why we are not going to be pressing the Dampftram into service. 80 emission. Compared that to a 66 of the horse-drawn streetcar, these things are noisy AF, and our cities will not appreciate will not appreciate the problems. But yes, now we have bloomed. Now we could press a couple of Dampftrams into service. Only in the sense that if we have a route that literally does not go anywhere near any of our residentials, then we could Dampftram it. Look at that beast. 53 of 56. Did I call it or did I call it? Oh, I should have more faith here. All right, folks. I think this little gamble is going to be paying off. So I will leave you with a nice long train ride here as we enjoy our brand new route. And at the end of it, we will see exactly how much 53 passengers brought that long of a distance will pay us. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya! They're going to beat us to it, aren't they? I just saw them go by. Hopefully they enter the station before we have to stop. Yep, we're in. Nope, no we're not. $425,000 for that. Beautiful.